Hi, welcome back to Sadie Spincraft. In today's video we are going to do top tips for beginner spinners. So let's get to it. For me, I found, because I'm a visual learner, watching as much as I could and getting as much information as possible, that was major for me. But that's because I'm an information girl, but I can't get the information through reading or listening to instructions. I'm a visual learner. But if you aren't a visual learner, if you can do it by reading or instructions, do it that way. Get as much information as possible before you even touch a spindle or any fibre. My next tip is start on a spindle. You can make a spindle and you don't have to spend money on it. Then if you can, if you're near a farm, sorry, my eyebrows doing me head in. Get some fleece. You don't need a lot. You could even go to a field and pick it. So pick the fleece and test it without spending any money. Next tip, play with your fibre. Figure out what the staple length is. Figure out if you like the feel of it. But just play with it before you even start doing it on the drop spindle. Use the drop spindle as a direction to see whether you like the process of spinning. If you do, that's when you start moving forward. My next tip, I'll come back to you because I've just gone brain fart. I'm going to tell you a secret. Chris came in and sat down and really put me off. So now I actually can't remember where I am. I'm going to try. So we've done research. We've done making a drop spindle. We've done testing fibre to see if you like it. If you do like it, get yourself a decent spindle. If you like the spinning but feel like you don't like it on a drop spindle, like myself, believe me, I like drop spindles. I like the idea, I like the thought of a drop spindle, but it takes too long because I'm impatient. I love my wheel. So my first wheel cost me £30 off Facebook. I travelled for that wheel, and that was Jackrabbit. Jackrabbit's up there. Hang on, let me just pop. That one there is Jackrabbit. That was my first wheel. And like I said, I started on that wheel and I got it off Facebook. I didn't spend a lot of money to get started, but I tell you now, once the bug bit, oh my word, could I stay away from wheels? No, I couldn't. My problem was I wanted to do the full process, so I had to go right from fleece. I had to. I had this thing in me that it needed to come from the sheep. But there's a lot of people out there that just like it from the mill. So the comb top from the mill, or say from an indie dyer and they've had it dyed, or they like to buy it plain and dye it themselves. I love dyeing. I love it. I love playing with colours, and I like getting the colours that I want. Natural dyeing, I'm giving it a go. It takes too long. As we know, I'm impatient. But if you can do it and you've got the things in the plants in your garden without having to spend the money. You could collect the fleece from the fields. You could use your natural herbs or onion skins or avocado pips or whichever for dyeing the fleece. Then you can spin it on your drop spindle. And while you're doing that, you can see whether you like to do that without spending money. So I came about this because I don't have the money, like a lot of YouTubers, to go out and spend on new drum carders and new hand carders and have all these combs and hackles and everything else. So I work with what I can get for whatever cheap price I can get. And it worked best way for me to work. So going cheap to start to learn a craft, because then if you find out you don't actually like spinning, you can go, well, I've not spent any money, so I'll leave that. I prefer to use the yarn, because there is a lot of people out there that think, oh, I'd like to spin the yarn because I knit a lot. But then they figure out, well, I prefer to knit than spin, so I'm just going to knit and I'll buy the yarn. Which is wonderful. Not everybody likes to spin. Even back in the day when people span all the time or spun all the time, not everybody liked doing it. So you had your weavers, you had your knitters, you had your crocheters, you had your carders, then you had your spinners, you had your pickers, you had your washers, you had your dyers. Everybody did what they preferred to do, even though all girls had to learn how to spin. Doesn't mean that they have to like it. But today, we can choose what we want to do. So, choice. That's another tip. Choose what you want to do. Next tip. If you feel yourself getting just put it down. Put it down. Walk away for 10 minutes. Come back to it and it'll be absolutely perfect. You'll be able to do it. You'll find when you start getting stressed, your hands get sweaty, you start gripping and you can't draft. This is why I say play with your fibre first, learn how to draft, learn how the fibre works, learn how it feels. Once you've got that, you will be able to learn how to draft a lot quicker than if you just went straight into it. Learn your fibre and play. And don't get stressed. Next tip. Now this one is kind of controversial. Try not to fall down the rabbit hole. If you like spinning, fine, if you can, test wheels. I mean, like I said, I got mine for £30 off Facebook. That's because I'm impatient. I should have waited. I should have chosen a wheel. I should have gone out looking, but I didn't. I just went, I'll have it. I did the same with Gwen, I'll have it. I did the same with the Ashford, I'll have it. Not thinking that each wheel is completely different. Sorry, that was Luna knocking some off. Each wheel is completely different and it's all down to your style. I love Makromsky. I've come to learn that I'm not an Ashford fan. Ashfords are way too heavy for me because of my back, because of my hips and everything else. The Kromsky is light, it's better for me. So you may prefer a heavier wheel. You may prefer a lighter wheel. You may prefer staying on the drop spindle. You might like the drop spindle. You might go into a Turkish spindle, a supported spindle, a kick spindle. There's so much out there to research. This is why I said, do your research. I've been doing this 8 years. I am still a beginner. In the knowledge that's out there for this craft, I'm still a beginner. My last tip, if you get the yarn that you want, it doesn't matter how you got there. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, you've done that wrong, because you haven't. If you've got something you can use, you've done it right. So enjoy when you've got a yarn, work with it, because that is your yarn that you have spun. Even if it's just a little square that you can add a little bit of wood to and a hanger and hang it up, that's your first yarn that you've ever spun, and you've done it. Not them, you. So enjoy the process as well. If you find the process stressful, it's not for you. To me, spinning is for relaxing, for losing yourself, to be able to think, to mull things over, and working with colours and everything like that, and the feel and the textures. I'm a touchy-feely person. I do believe it's autism and ADHD mix of, because I get hyper-focused and I get hyper-fixated, and like you all know, I move around in my crafts, but I try and keep my channel mainly spinning. I am doing a little bit of something different just because it's my 3,000 subscribers. You don't have to watch that, but I will be doing updates, but my channel is spinning. I don't know why I got onto that. Yeah, enjoy it, that's why. I enjoy spinning. I lose myself in spinning. I can actually do spinning with my eyes closed, just listening to the world around me. And I'll sit either in the front garden or the back garden, especially in good weather, because it's relaxing. I love it. And then knowing I can make something with it at the end of it. I mean, if you've watched my channel for a while, you'll have seen recently I've not long since done a vest. I am still knitting another vest. It is being filmed, but it's just taking a lot longer because it's summer and I struggle with sweaty hands. I've figured out how to spin with sweaty hands, but knitting's all new to me, really. I used to be a crocheter, or I am a crocheter. I just haven't done it for a while because I've been getting into knitting. I love a knitted fabric. It looks nice. To me, crochet is more bags or blankets. I like making blankets, or cushion, pillows. When you stuff them, cushions, pillows, whatever you want to call them. So, yeah, that is my top tips. I don't know how many tips that was. I shall count them and hopefully be able to put them in as I edit. If not, this were just my top tips for beginner spinners. I'm losing my words. The perimenopause is setting in. I'm getting brain fog. I am out. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you to all the new subscribers, and thank you to all the returning subscribers. And don't forget, if you are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so you don't miss any more random uploads. And I mean, they are random. I'm not lying. I haven't got a schedule, but I try and get at least one a week. You will get at least one a week. So, no matter where you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, or night time, I want you to do what you love doing. Love and hugs to all you fantastic people out there, and I'll definitely see you all again very soon. Goodbye, my beautifuls. Mwah.